What's up, boys? We're back with some more Spell Brigade multiplayer. Going to be checking out some 4-player on the highest difficulty, I think it was, hardcore. There was a patch pretty recently where they rebalanced a bunch of stuff, fine-tuning the enemy stats, and also rounding out the difficulties a little bit since hardcore was pretty insane. And they also nerfed the huge planties build because it was too cool and too pure for this world, I guess. Well, actually in most cases I think it was actually kind of buffed. They changed the 4% damage and size per attack from a 4% multiplicative bonus to an additive 8%. So I think if you have like 2 or 3 copies, it's still a small buff. If you have just 1 copy of it, it's actually a huge buff. But today, I think we're going to be trying out a full utility and crowd control build, since I think that will be pretty interesting and unique and add in some cool utility you can do for a multiplayer game. So we're going to be mainly focusing on the ice and dark elements to freeze and slow down enemies and slowly mind control them. Lightning will also be a good combination with those, since that adds in a chain lightning effect that can proc the other stuff. And we're going to grab a bunch of spells that are focused on lots of AoE and multi-hitting, and we're going to focus the stats that will improve the number of hits we can do on enemies, like cooldown, duration, size, stuff like that. I think will be cool. Well, we can get some more planties. I think I like the most out of these ones. And we might even be able to try out the reworked 8%. Would actually be pretty impactful with just 1 or 2 copies of that on it. But I feel like you kind of need to get at least 1 lightning infusion for the plants just to add in a bit of AoE to them. They only ever hit 1 target by default, although you can get in the explosion overclock at the end of their life, which will add a little bit of AoE. Ooh, epic move speeds. So far I've kind of just been focusing whichever mage has the special contract bonus. Gives you an extra 10% gold. It takes you a really long time to max out all of the basic meta progression in this game. I think I get like 1 level and an entire run with the 10% extra contract. So I'm still working towards that right now. See if we can find the objective. Oh yeah, I don't think we have the Covenant for no team damage here. Ooh, spell size. It seems kind of hard to find a random group if you add a lot of search parameters for the game stuff. So if you have specific covenants and difficulties you want to play on, it's very hard to find people. So I kind of just went with the highest difficulty level here so we could try the changes to that. And it looks like the group we joined didn't have any covenants selected, so we've got full PvP here. A few of these spells that actually can damage your teammates can actually get overclocks for them that instead make them heal your teammates, which is kind of interesting. That doesn't really sound that interesting. We'll have some moving plants, I think. Spell cooldown, one of the main stats we want. These guys actually give pretty good XP if you can kill some of them, but I remember them hitting me for like 700 plus damage on hardcore. Not sure how much they hit for now, but I don't think we're gonna risk it on the super early ones. I don't really have that much damage yet, it feels like. Cooldown is fine. I think I'm just gonna toss a reroll here, see if we can find something better. Some early luck would be nice. We have a lot of movement speed, and this guy is actually smaller, so it's easier to dodge stuff. I think I'm just gonna grab a cooldown level here. Being smaller is honestly one of the better wizard passives I've seen in this game. It's actually a lot easier to fit through openings and just avoid damage entirely. Spell size... I think at 2 rarities higher I will take that, although I really want the spell size. I'm not going to sacrifice that much damage. If it was within 1 rarity, probably yeah, I'd go for it. Probably getting close to the first chest spawn. I think I'll go around and see if it's already up. Spell size, 1 away from our first elemental infusion. I think the earliest I've seen it is about 1/3 of the timer bar at the top. So I think we're slightly before that still right now. Oh yeah, I think the plants actually can get the overclock to heal your teammates. Although, without having a lightning infusion, I believe they have to actually, like, choose your teammate and hit them instead of an enemy. So it probably won't really do a lot without having the lightning infusion for them. Purple crit chance, yeah. Stop forcing me into the huge damage upgrades, I just want cooldown and duration. Big spell size, nice. And we got our first infusion. So Dark and Ice, the 2 I want. So let's grab some ice to make sure I always have some slowing. That'll be super nice on the melee-based ability, I think. Wait, it said that was 8% now on the patch notes. Maybe the tooltip wasn't updated for some reason? I guess we'll try it and see how it feels. 8% per should be pretty noticeable, I feel like. I think we probably should have our chest up now. Yep, right there. I don't actually love any of these. Talon Slash got a fairly large buff. I forget what exactly, but it will kind of fit with the short range melee stuff, so I guess we can try that out. Astral Orbs is pretty nice if you can get a few of the overclocks for it. It can actually split when it hits an enemy, and you can get multiple copies of that, so it can split again, which is pretty interesting. But having that as our third one, it would be kind of hard to combine a bunch of that stuff, I think. That's pretty good survivability. Not really in love with any of these, but we can get that, and then later on there's one that gives you a bunch of damage based on armor, which is pretty fun. Does my aura hit my teammates? Huh. Probably go for some cooldown there. We already have a decent amount of armor, and it's helpful, but I'm kind of just trying to max out the crowd control if I can. Should be able to kill a few of these now, I think, yeah. Decent number of XP orbs for each one you kill. Big cooldown, nice. That's a lot of enemies. Cooldown, sure. Cooldown for the slash. We'll go cooldown if they're within one rarity, I think. I don't know if it's because it's multiplayer, but this is actually extremely easy right now. And before the patch, hardcore was close to impossible, it felt like. You needed to get really lucky with the early upgrades in order to have a chance, I feel like. Cooldown, yep. Maybe it's just that the super early ice element is extremely good. Spell size. We need to collect 76 fungi. Holy. I guess. Oh, yeah, you can get that for it. So we have 3 options of healing. I think it's hardest to avoid hitting them with the plants, especially with them growing in size. So we'll grab that one first. And that actually is kind of interesting for the support build, so now we've got some healing as well. We just need the tanks and DPS now to go with it. Get some luck to improve our rarities. There actually is a pretty cool wizard combo with some of the healing stuff. One of them will actually generate XP whenever he takes damage. It's the guy who leaves rocks behind as his first ability, I think. Oops. Thought I could squeeze through there with my reduced size. Necroworld, that's a really good one for applying lots of hits. It's basically Solar Pulse, but a ranged one on a random enemy. Oh yeah, I think the plants can actually heal myself as well if I stay close to them a bit and there's no other targets in range. Yeah, it's actually walking up to me and healing me there. Spell size, I think I will take that over health regen. Man, I really wish people would run the Covenant where there's no friendly fire. It's just super annoying. Probably go cooldown here, I think. Especially on the highest difficulty where we're going to have to stand together and fight at some point, I feel like. Spell cooldown into an infusion. Ice or dark. Let's get some dark going, I think. Get a good mix of both types of crowd control. And it's our melee slash attack, so we can be extra dark and edgy this time. Spell size, yup. Oh, we might have the second chest up now. It's probably pretty close. I don't really care here. Probably just take a level. Oh, right on time. Nice cooldown, yep. What is hitting me over there? Oh, I must have one of my own spells that's able to damage me there. Is it the Necroworld? Oh, I guess so, huh. That is weird that that one hits myself. Huh. I'm gonna take a cooldown here over that. Really? Actually, that one's really good if you can get it early enough. This isn't infinite, so we actually only have the last one third. This one was buffed, and we are kind of pushing the infusions, so I guess that's fine. So it got doubled from 5 to 10%, so that's currently only 2 copies, but we're fairly close to getting another 2 between those ones. Ooh, legendary spell size. Spell size, yep. So someone's making progress, so the objective is next to at least one of my teammates somewhere. I don't know if we can actually make it up to them right now, though. That's pretty good if we can get some CC on it. Yeah, I think doubling those is extremely good for one of the upgrades there. Ooh, spell size into our second infusion. So both of those are pretty good. I think I like getting the lightning so that we can bounce the ice effect a bit further away. Very helpful to extend the effective CC range for such a short range ability, I feel like. Big damage, yeah, we've got to take it at that rarity. Nice cooldown. Unfortunately, it's the maxed out one, but I will still get the ice effect stronger there. I don't really care that much. That's a lot higher than that though, so we probably will take that. It's pretty helpful when I'm off soloing a huge pack like this. Cooldown. That is nice, but we could really use the infusions to go with the last item we got as well. Big duration, yup. Another luck. Don't need the level there too much, and luck actually seems quite impactful from what I've seen so far. Ew. I guess I'll take a level on that to push it closer to an infusion. Probably just take another level for it. I wish there was a duration upgrade for the plants. That would be so cool with the stacking size and damage on hit. Spell size, unfortunately it's the max out one, but only one reroll. Nice spell size, again the maxed out thing. I would really like to get the infusions. I think I'm gonna do that. So we'll go with the dark on that, and that gives us 2 different mind control stackers now. I'm taking so much damage from my teammates. Nice spell duration, sure. So it looks like we have a dead person up here somewhere. See if we can find where he's at. Nice crit chance, I will grab that. Heal me, plants! Spell size for everything, yep. Does mind controlling the enemy healers allow them to heal nearby players? I guess we will take the legendary damage there. That is at least my healing spell, so it might actually improve the healing as well. Out of those, we'll get some more ice, I think. Oh yeah, acid was actually buffed and does more damage now. It would be kind of nice to have one copy of that, I guess, for the pool utility build. That actually does make sense, I think. Especially with the recent buff to it. Cooldown, yep. This is actually going to be an awkward fight with the team damage, I feel like. That one's closer to an infusion. That one has more upgrades, but we're on the boss now and there's no infinite, so basically no chance of getting a second infusion on the planties. We'll have to do a box formation to try not to hurt each other. What is he doing? Spell cooldown, yeah. He's confused by my stupid build. Get your red balls away from me. I kind of want the plants to heal me instead of hitting them right now, actually, so I don't die to another hit of that. these matter too much. I guess we can pump up the healing slightly. So yeah, the hardcore support slash utility build, that was actually pretty easy with the Freezing Aura early game. Kind of awkward with the team damage still active there. 640 with plus 10%, really? That's not even, that's like half an upgrade, what? Yeah, our overall damage is going to be pretty low, but we had a lot of utility, crowd control. We weren't the lowest damage somehow. Plants did an okay amount of healing, I feel like. They kept me alive at least. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.